welcome to day 10 of this trip, I think it is. So I started the video quite late today. I'm already about 6 miles in. I'm about a mile away from Carbis Bay. The plan last night was to get the bus from Gwithian to Hale to avoid 2 miles of the sand dune walking over there. The bus didn't run till 10:30, but I was up at 6, so I just thought, sod it, I'm going to walk the road instead. Because I want to try and get about 20 miles in today. And it's going to be the hottest day on trail so far. At about 25 degrees. And there isn't a breath of wind about. Just approaching Carbis Bay now. I was expecting Carbis Bay to be quite nice and probably expensive after they had the summit there last year. I mean, they're not going to put a summit in the slum places of Cornwall, but already as you enter, some nice houses. Let's take a closer look. So they say St Ives over there is it's popular with artists because it has a different kind of light apparently, which I always thought nonsense. But actually when you see it, it is kind of bathed in blue and white light. You can kind of see it even as not as an artist and not really knowing what you're looking at, you can see it. There's a train line into St Ives there. Very tempting. St Ives was it's quite nice. St Ives. I didn't do any filming because it was packed. I mean, packed. It's not even the school holidays yet. Private schools are probably broken up, but so busy. I didn't want to get the camera out and start walking around with it because of the amount of women in bikini tops, and I didn't want people thinking I was a pervert. But yeah, really busy around there. Really nice. I'll have to come back for a weekend or something. But lovely beaches around there, so I can understand. But Carbis Bay was lovely. Another beautiful cove, about 15 minutes outside of St Ives. It's been tough going so far. There's been some big boulders and rocks going uphill. It slows you down when you're trying to negotiate them. God, I wouldn't mind getting in that sea. It's getting so hot now. I think it's just going to be too difficult to try and push for that campsite later. I think the only thing I'm just going to, my short-term goal for today is the about 4.5 miles left to get to Zena. Just go to the pub there and just get out of the sun for a bit. Oh yeah, that looks lovely. So there won't be any walk-through shots today on camera. It'll just be a case of getting the miles done. Getting out of this heat because I'm going to be in it for a couple of hours now till I get to Zena. I intend to take a good long rest there. Oh, a flat grassy path. Whew, that 1.5 miles or so out of St Ives is tough. Just some huge boulders to get around and just the heat. I'm just oh, thankfully there's a nice cool breeze coming down. There's a little stream running down there, so I had to throw some water over my head. But that's tough, that bit out of St Ives. Sure, it's nice as a day hike on a slightly cooler day, but yeah, well, I just need something flat to get the miles done. But this is what I see ahead of me. I think this is pretty much a lot of what it's going to be like from here on to Land's End. Just walking along, sort of not so much on the top, it's more down the sides, halfway down the cliffside. But yeah, this is like a good patch of ground compared to what I've just been through. Some huge boulders to negotiate, so you can't get any speed going. That's lovely heather everywhere now. Just making for a nice prettier view. It's just been ugly ferned and gorse, and once the heather comes out. can just see some boats out there on the rocks. You can see them there. So I thought there must be seal watching. So I've popped down and you can actually see a couple of seals just down in the water down here. Sadly this doesn't have zoom, so you can't zoom in. So I thought I'd take a good time for a break and watch the seals for a bit. Just stop for a quick break here. I'm hoping I'm going to see Zena over that hilltop there, because it's tough. The way this path's been going for the last 5 miles, I'm coming down here and I'm going back up to the top, then back down, then back up to the top again. And that's what it's been, and the surface has been like this for so much of it. But it's just very slow going. So I'm going to call it Zen and just get the bus into the campsite. That'll be 16 miles for the day, because I'm also, the map looks like it's showing it's all pretty much like this for quite some distance, and there is literally nowhere to put a tent, nowhere. So Guy's just passed me and he said this is Zena Head, so once I get around that I can just zip into Zena. He also said for about the next 8 miles it is exactly the same as this. You're going to struggle to wild camp. And he did say it has been known that one of the pubs in Zena sometimes lets people camp. So I might see if I can do that. But if not, I'm just going to get the bus into the campsite, skip 6 miles, because there's no way I can walk another 6 miles. But it's still 2 miles into Zena. There's no way I've got another 6 miles in me today. And if it's, again, it's a 2-hourly bus, 10:30 bus in the morning, I might ditch that 6 miles and just push on to Land's End from there. I'm not waiting until 10:30 just to come back and cover 6 miles. But it's, the terrain around here is just so slow as well. If it was flatter, I would just push on the extra 6 miles. But it's really slow going, really tough. That's like Ninja Warrior coming down these boulders here. Oh, blimey. Oh, it'd be alright if I was just stay back in it and out for a bit of fun, but with the pack on, it's hard work. I've just had enough for today. 16 miles, I'm happy with that. I always said if I do a minimum 16 a day, that would do. So I'm now going to head off to Zelen, grab up a nice cold lemonade and lime, and then get the bus into the campsite, because I still think it might be about a 1.5 mile walk from the bus stop to the campsite as well. So the update on tonight, after I left at Zena. So I went to the pub to try and get signal to Google this campsite near Pendine. It's right by Pendine Lighthouse. Couldn't get a signal, so I just thought I'd get the bus into Pendine. And when I got there, I got a signal and Googled it rather than walk straight down there, because it's about half a mile. And it said members only, £10 members only. And I don't want to pay membership fee for a campsite I'm never using again, plus 10 quid. But I passed the campsite on the bus on the way down there. This is Morvah. This is Morvah. And this campsite, basically the rules are you just come in, pitch up, and someone cleans the toilets in the evening and in the morning, so it's 5 quid. But no one's turned up, and I'm going to be out of here early doors tomorrow, so there's a good chance I might get away without people paying a £5 for it. I did say I was going to wild camp, but I found another one tomorrow at 16 miles for 10 quid. So if I keep finding them for 10 quid, I'll keep using them. I've not been making or using the stove much at all since this trip, partly because I didn't really bring it for a cup of tea, but my powdered milk's gone off. But I thought I'd try. I don't like hot chocolate, never have. I don't particularly like chocolate ice cream, but I bought one of these Belgian chocolate options ones. I thought, well, it's minty, maybe I'll get away with it, because it'd be nice to have a hot drink. Oh my god, it's good. And I hate hot chocolate, but this is lovely. I think I found something new for myself when I go camping. So I'm going to sign off for the night. I'm going to have some dinner and just get an early night. See you tomorrow.